Ladies and gentlemen, Amazon Prime Day is here. Is it a good buy this week? Anything can happen, obviously, but we're going to show you the statistics. Was Amazon a good buy? How can you do it? How long can you hold it? What were the average returns and how can you approach it? You knew this show wasn't going to be about the ton of useless things you don't need at a discounted price, so we're going to see if the Amazon stock itself is one of those discounted prices. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. This following Newsbeat Show has been brought to you by T3 Live. Also, please don't forget to download our free How to Overcome Psychological Toxicity in Your Trading. It costs you nothing. There's a link in the description. Take advantage of it if you will. And of course, happy Father's Day. Because it's nice. It's an interesting day for the men to get a little bit of love here. All those fathers who are really all the traders out there, because nobody likes to talk about it, but most traders are men. And nobody talks about how most of those men are fighting to support their families. You have younger people, no families, etc. But if you love this job and you're going to do it forever, and you do plan on having kids one day, Father's Day is one of those things where I just want to say I respect and I appreciate you for fighting hard to do something you believe in and which can take care of your family. The funny thing is, of course, you have those traders who they want the Lamborghinis, they want the yachts, and believe me, I have to do something to try to cull in some of these Newsbeat Live members from making idiotic purchases like that. But I will tell you, all in all, most people are fighting to support their family. When you ask these people, these men, these fathers on Father's Day, what they want to do for their families. They want to pay their bills and give their wives, themselves, and their children a better life. Their children, their wives, if they're still married, but they want to give their children, number one, a better life before anything else. And that is admirable. And that is one of the reasons why we fight so hard here to help people achieve consistency. That's why confidence in your trading is such a big thing. You know, how confident are you guys right now that you're going to make money tomorrow? Like, how confident are you guys right now that you're just going to come in and make money? Are you extremely confident? Are you very confident? Are you not really confident? Or is it an extremely low chance? Extremely low chance. It's funny. I did this on June 7th. I think I should run this every month. How confident are you that you will make money tomorrow? And the yellow thing, if you see it, is extremely, the blue is very, the red is not really, and the green is extremely low chance that they'll make money tomorrow. So 79%, just about 4 out of 5 people are very confident here because we breed success here like no one else's business. And that is sort of my badge of honor. My badge of honor. And I'll update it every month. I could do it every single day. I mean, we're breeding confidence, every day. I want that number to go up every month, obviously. And that's sort of the thing with, trading, that it's very important that you are confident in your own abilities. If you don't have this confidence, let's say you're watching this video, you're saying, you know what, I don't have this confidence. We have to fix that. We have to fix that. We have to help you become more confident. Now, into the meat and potatoes of things, I'm going to share with you the results of Amazon here, and basically what happens on Amazon. So tomorrow is the first day of Amazon Prime. It's June 21st. It's actually a week now. They have Amazon Prime Week, I believe. It's no longer a day. But I'm going to talk about statistically what could have happened if you did decide to purchase Amazon either in the beginning of tomorrow, at the end of tomorrow, and what kind of gains you could expect based on simple mathematics, and I'm rounding off. Instead of saying $141, I'm rounding it off to 140 and saying $9 and some change. I'm saying $10, so just to give you an approximate value. Um, Basically, historical data is just that. Obviously, future results could, not be, current prior results cannot be indicative of future performance. But with all that being said, with the disclaimer that Amazon could go bankrupt at any time and it could be worth $0, which I don't see happening, but that's a disclaimer. Let's talk about simple facts here. In the past, your average gain, if you bought Amazon on the close of tomorrow, so if you literally took Amazon stock, which has been having, here's a weekly chart, a really beautiful rally. It's right near all-time highs, $3,554, the all-time high. Um, and we're, of course, going to talk a little more about that. If you buy Amazon on the close of tomorrow, on Monday after like at 4 o'clock, right at 4 o'clock, and you literally sell it at the close of Tuesday, meaning you held Amazon for one day, you would make a $10 gain on average. You'd make a $10 gain on average if you've done it every time in the past between your winners, losers, whatever. You would make on average $10. The more interesting thing comes if a trader actually buys stock on Prime Day. Let's figure the start of Prime Day and holds it for 2 weeks. If you were to buy Amazon on the open of tomorrow and sell it on the close of July 5th, approximately, which is 10 trading days later or 2 weeks later, you would net an approximate $140 gain. A massive, massive return, even for an Amazon in a 1 month period. And I just want to point out that 4%, it's an average of 4%. That 4% average is more than double the average for any return giving any other 10-day period in Amazon. So it is a very outsized average return by holding it for 2 weeks. Now, if you were hold it for a 20 trading day period, which is approximately or roughly 1 month, the data shows similarly impressive results. The average return for a 20-day period after Prime Day is 6.62% compared to any other 20-day moving average in Amazon, which is 3.95%. In English, and I did the math, if you buy Amazon on the open, I know I wrote close there. I think I typoed. I think I could have wrote open. If you buy Amazon basically tomorrow morning on June 21st and you sell it at the close of July 19th, which is again approximately 1 month later, you would net on average $230. So in English, just to show you the returns, and then I want to show you what actually happens on Prime Day week because the results are a little bit mixed on how it actually performs for the week. But we're going to be fair and we're going to go through that too. So on Amazon here, if buying it tomorrow at the close, I don't know where it's going to open, I don't know where it's going to close, and literally selling it the next day in the close, you're going to make about $10, which is a very, very small amount of money in Amazon. Now, if Amazon, where let's say it opens up flat tomorrow, like at zero, which obviously that like pretty much never happens, and you hold Amazon for 10 days, the potential approximate gain based on the past performance, which is again not 100% indicative of future performance, you get that, it would bring Amazon to all-time highs of $3,626 approximately. It would go up to around $3,625, let's say. If you were to buy Amazon tomorrow on the open and hold it for an actual month, the average return for you in Amazon would actually be $230. So $230 again, considering I don't know where Amazon's going to open tomorrow. Probably, who knows? Gaps up is my guess. $3,715, let's call it. So Again, that the all-time high is 35.54. It would be breaking out of a tremendous range. Pretty much you would see Amazon up around here, like where my cursor is, like to levels in which no Amazon has gone before. Um, I'm going to show you how Amazon has actually performed for the entire week of Amazon Prime days, and I'm going to actually go back to each Amazon Prime day, which is only 5 of them. But I do want to talk about the fundamental aspect of Amazon. People are all like, well, how is Amazon Prime? How do you think they're going to do during this pandemic? And, you know, using the word pandemic is a very weird word for me right now. I do not think we're currently under a pandemic. I disagree with the dictionary definition of a term. I could understand at one point that we were. I don't believe we're under a pandemic. In fact, most people who lost their jobs will be surfing on Amazon looking for shit to buy. Oh, I could buy this little toy for my kid in which they don't want, but it's like 72% off. And I think you're going to have a lot of people. Um, you're going to have a lot of people who are actually, going to buy things they don't need, for lack of a better term. When you have a good sale, people buy things that they wouldn't normally buy because they're just looking for the value. You're going to probably have like third-party retail vendors looking at things thinking they could flip them and buy things cheap on Amazon and just try to sell it a week later. So that's going to be interesting in its own behalf. I will tell you right now that regardless of where Amazon opens or closes tomorrow, it has been a very interesting trade. I will say it right now. There is, again, I could be wrong, but for myself, zero doubt in my mind that Amazon is going to effing crush it. Because the the funny thing about the old Prime days is you had all these people at work in their office and they might be surfing a deal and then they're like, how does it work with Amazon Prime days? Like the next deal is going to open up in 60 minutes. They try to glue you, right? Like this deal is coming out in 37 minutes. This is what we're selling. We're not going to show you the price, but in 37.58, 37.57, like in the timer clicking down, we'll show you what it is. Considering with the number of people of home, you're going to have people like this in front of their Amazon Prime screen. It's an addiction. You're going to have every single man and woman on their cell phones sitting there on the Amazon app, loading shit into their shopping cart and ordering it. I swear, the mail, whoever delivers the mail, they're going to want to they're going to need like therapy after this. Like the USPS man, the US Postal Service person is going to be like sitting there on the couch. And they'll have you know, some dude wearing you know, a $750 suit, which looks like he pulled it out of the Salvation Army because it's disgusting and doesn't match anything. And he'll be sitting there with his legs folded in a pad. hmm Tell me how you feel on Amazon Prime Day. How does that make you feel? No, keep going. Because they are going to get loaded. If you thought the USPS had issues now, wait till Amazon Prime Day hits through this season. You are going to have delays that is going to make Christmas not look like a holiday. That's the type of delays you're going to have on your mail. Good luck getting Amazon 2-day shipping. I'd love to see them pull that shit off with 50% effectiveness for everybody in the United States. Good luck with that shit. They are bombarded. They don't know what to do with themselves. They are just literally going to be loaded. I think they're going to hit record numbers. And here's another point I'm going to make on the side before I show you all the Amazon Prime weeks. I'll make one more argument here. Amazon has been rallying recently. We here in the Newsbeat live room have been tracking it, trading, etc. But 35.54 is the all-time high. The triple Qs literally hit all-time highs on Thursday. No, I mean, not many people are talking that the Nasdaq or the Qs, the Nasdaq 100, whatever, is hitting all-time highs. Nobody is talking about how the spiders hit all-time highs last Tuesday. Last week, the markets hit all-time highs. We come in a little here, just a bit. We lean down. I mean, we're literally talking like a 10-point move in the spiders, a 2.5% move after literally rallying in a longer period of time about 20 points. In a shorter period of time we dropped 10. I'm just saying, look, you know, people are afraid that the market is, done for. Every time I feel like you know what, there's like some weird correlation. Every time we hit Bollinger Band support, like you have everybody on CNBC, like all the bears come out of the cave, and it's like, this market is overvalued here. Fundamentally, it doesn't make sense. And I'm looking at these people and I'm like, how do you make a fundamental argument for a market in which the US government prints trillions of dollars for? Where's the fundamental basis? You're looking at a $10 stock. Maybe you think it's worth $8 and you're bearish and you're talking about it. But if those dollar bills that make up that $10 stock, trade, it sells for 10 US dollars. Just to give you more of a hyperinflationary argument, even though it's not to that degree yet, if those $10 only all of a sudden get cut in half because we print so much money and it only has half the buying power, that $10 stock should be worth 20 in my head. So, when people come, like I remember I did my last video on AMC. Remember when I did my video here on June 4th, the night of June 4th, and I talked about AMC going back to $80. I mean, it never happened. It closed at 47.91, but it hit 64.96. It pretty much hit $65 on Friday. And, we obviously, who knows what happens, and, never got to my $70, $80 target. But the point is it got to 60, 65. But the point is, people are looking at this stuff. People are looking at all these names and they're trying to give fundamental analysis for it. Like, why is AMC at all-time highs? Nobody's really stepping foot inside movie theaters. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying precisely, because that is just showing you that there is so much money out there that they're just throwing them at these companies. And then finally, when you get a fundamentally legitimate company under most perspectives, I know it's an opinion, but do you really want to compare the Amazon fundamentals to AMC theaters? You don't want to go down that road, do you? It's just night and day difference, right? So with the Qs going, by all-time highs here and everything, Amazon still hasn't really shown any leadership. You want to know the funny thing too? Look at Apple. Apple all-time high was 145.09 when the Qs hit all-time highs last week. Apple didn't even get close. Apple is falling off the leadership role. It used to lead the market. It's falling off the leadership role. Netflix, the FANG names, let's go through them. Facebook, leader. Leader. Why? Because they're at all-time highs. You want to know who the leaders are? I'm going to show you this. You want to know who's actually leading all the FANG names? And I'm going to show you the Amazon Prime stuff. I'll go back to it. Again, I know I showed you, all the potential returns. I'll just flash up the screen one more time. If you buy Amazon on the close tomorrow, sell at the close of the next day, approximate $10 gain. If you buy at the open tomorrow and you close it on July 5th, you get approximate $140 gain per share. And if you buy it tomorrow at the open, I typoed that close here. If you buy it tomorrow open and sell it a month later, $230 gains. In English, 1 day, $10. 2 weeks, $140. 4 weeks, $230 gain for Amazon. Now, doesn't mean it didn't go down some of those weeks. Some of it did, but we're going to go through that. I just want to quickly point out while I'm here, the people who are leading are the companies who are leading are pretty much the companies that don't make shit for products. I mean, you want to say Facebook, like, Mark, they make the Oculus. And I'm like, Yeah, I mean, in English, they don't really make any products. It's a very low amount. So I'm going to actually show you something funny. Facebook has been an absolute leader, hits all-time highs on June 15. We're just going to go through the FANG names. Apple. Yes, I know they have services. I know they have other businesses. I know many of these companies are, with the exception of Netflix, well diversified. Apple can't even go near all-time highs with the Nasdaq hitting all-time highs. Just so we're clear, and the spiders, the Qs and the spiders, both which have Apple in its holdings, can't go to all-time highs. Amazon also didn't go to all-time highs, but really started just popping up last week. Netflix has been having zero love, $593.29 all-time highs. You're pretty much, at $500, you're almost 100 points off the all-time high. And Google, who also doesn't really make shit, Mark, they make the chill. They don't really make products. I know they have products, but it is a very small part of their business. They're mostly software, search engine, revenues, cloud, etc. So on Google, you did hit all-time highs last Tuesday, 24, 55, 51. So the real leaders in the market, Facebook, besides for the last 2 weeks, it wasn't Amazon. I mean, Amazon has had the sharpest even percentage move recently, but it's pretty much been Facebook and Google have been the leaders across the board. Amazon, now let's go into some of the Prime Day weeks, and I'm going to just show it to you. And here are the Prime Days: July 12th, 2016, July 12th, 2017, July 16th, 2018, July 15th, 2019, and during COVID year, October 13th, 2020. So we're going to go ahead and show you a weekly chart. So now I'm going from daily to weekly. We're going to go over how, and just to show you, because it looks kind of funky when you see it from this perspective. Because remember, the gains that I was doing were projected, just so we're clear, just to be fair, they were based on the percentage returns at the time. Keep in mind, Amazon is trading much higher now, so the same percentage to a higher stock would be a higher dollar amount. So here is the week of, it's not going to show you the individual day. Here's the week of July 12th, which was the first Amazon Prime Day ever. And you can see it dipped down and then rallied up. See that? Dip and rally a couple weeks later. The next one was July 12th, 2017. And we're going to take you right over there. And here was the week of July 2017, and you could see it actually exploded over the 2 week period. And if you actually held this one for a month, you would have lost money on that year, just so we're clear. The 2 week and the 2 week hold was phenomenal though. Going to 2018, we have July 16, 2018. So I'm going to take you to the week of that, and it's right over here. And it was pretty much a muted week and very choppy with a wide range. Next would be July 2019. And again, this is now a weekly chart. July 15, 2019. And here's the week of July 15, 2019. And this one was like an epic fail. See that on that one? But, it should be duly noted, interestingly enough, like these stocks were actually sort of near the all-time highs. Maybe we fall in Amazon. It's really hard to say. I'm just using prior statistics. Nothing's 100%. And that's why I really wanted to highlight this for you as well, just to keep things fresh and fair. And here's October. Here's October. And ironically, if you did hold it for the month, that's when you actually would have made the money in the last week. So it would have been sort of grinding down up until the last week from October 13th, 2020. And at the same time, you could really just make a fair argument that it's a new era. We're in a new sort of zone. We're in a new world, for lack of a better term. internet has been taking over. Have any of you actually walked inside a shopping mall? I'm serious. It almost feels like I'm gonna see like a tumbleweed, like that tumbleweed like blow by. Like 80% of the stores are just shut down completely. And when I sit there and, you sit there and you just think like, well, you know, these stores were obviously, making money and whatnot. These stores were, making money and whatnot. So if they shut down, where is the money going exactly? Just like that. Just like that. That's where the money is going. How do you think he feels about all the shopping malls shutting down? What do you think his opinion is of everything, shutting down, people buying stuff on Amazon? What do you think his opinions are? I think Amazon is going to kill it. I think they're going to have a phenomenal week. Again, we're going to be trading it. We're going to be calling out setups in Amazon all week. We've been really watching NVIDIA off our bullish NVIDIA call. That has been just absolutely phenomenal. If you go ahead and you look at on May 20th, then after hours May 20th, when we made a bullish call on NVIDIA post split, and the stock has rallied. We've been, all over names like this, all over names like Amazon. We've been all over names like Tesla. And they've been easy to trade. With the option side, you don't have to have some crazy buying power to trade it. You could do it very minimal sized accounts for those who do trade options with smaller accounts. And it's just been absolutely phenomenal trading. So, from the bottom of my heart, I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Remember, if you are interested in more free tendies, click the link in the video description for my free ebook, How to Overcome Psychological Toxicity in Your Trading. Happy trading, make money. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful Father's Day